criminal justice, healing, education. Good morning, afternoon, evening, however or whenever you guys are watching. You guys should know me by now, but if you guys don't, my name is Holly Berry. I am the host of this lovely program we call Morning Mimosas, where we empower the Black and minority communities through wellness, justice, and wisdom. Before I get today's episode started, I know you guys are probably wondering why you guys don't see my face today. Because it's not about me. It's about the two men that are on the screen today. Dominique Knight, 27, and Madison Carter, age 30. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the double homicide of these two young fathers, men, loved ones, that took place on May 21st, 2020, in Spencer, Oklahoma. So the details of the case are this. Madison and Dominique were having a normal night. They were just sitting in the car in front of a home on Justin Place in Spencer, Oklahoma, eating and minding their own business. It was an ordinary, peaceful moment that we all take for granted. But at 2:15 a.m., that all changed. In a sudden, devastating act of violence, their lives were shattered. Madison, who was in the driver's seat, was unfortunately shot multiple times through a closed window. Dominique, in a desperate final instinct to survive, attempted to flee the vehicle, but he was struck down while running away, excuse me. They didn't just leave behind a crime scene, they left behind families, children, and a void that can never be filled. What is most haunting to the families is that 6 years have gone by, and those who love them, time has not brought them any closure because there is no closure. There is no suspects. No one has been arrested in this case. And there is no confirmed motive. Now, there is a piece of evidence that they do have from the night of May 21st, 2020. And it does show a vehicle entering that neighborhood and then rushing away minutes later with its headlights turned off. Now, your discretion is advised. I will be showing the surveillance video of that night of that specific vehicles. And what we're doing here, guys, is we are just trying to make sure that they get justice. Also, while I'm pulling that up, that is the phone number to contact the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office if you have any information pertaining to the double homicide of these two gentlemen. Guys, they were just sitting outside, two friends eating in the car, having conversation, and someone decided to brutally do this to them. I just want to mention that part. That part is absolutely disgusting, and I need people to value life way more. Now, I was supposed to have a guest today, and it was supposed to be the mother of Madison's daughter. And I did reach out to her this morning, but I also explained to her that if she didn't want to come on and speak, that she didn't have to. One of the things that I need people to understand is that I will always do the episode because I know what the family, I empathize with the families and what they're going through because I've been through similar loss. So whether the families are on the show or not, I will always make sure that I do these episodes with love and grace because these are two people's loved ones and their lives were snuffed out unfairly. Absolutely disgusting. Just like I said, as I'm bringing up the footage, I need people to please be mindful. These two men were fathers. Dominique was 27, Madison was 30. And it's been 6 years since someone brutally took their lives from them. We need to do better as a community. And I don't know what and why we are so into this, like the street culture and doing all of this, but I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted as a human right now. I don't know why we do this. I am, I don't, guys, I'm still bringing up the footage, so just give me a second. But as I'm bringing it up, I'm just really, really angry. I just get so upset because I'm a mother too, and these are somebody's children. These are somebody's loved ones. These are two fathers. These are two Black men that deserved their lives. Why did whoever did this to them, why did they do that? There is no confirmed motive behind this crime, guys. There's no confirmed motive. It's just an absolute disgusting act. These two gentlemen who deserve to be here today, so they could have lived their lives with their loved ones, their children. But no, that's not what someone did. On that morning, somebody decided to be wicked and take their lives. And there's no justice for them right now, guys. It's been over 6 years, and no one has come forward with information, even though we all know that somebody knows something. And that's why I put the information below for you guys to please contact the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office if you have information. Guys, you guys can be anonymous. I say these every time I talk about a homicide. You guys can be anonymous. Think about the families that are impacted by this. Think about the pain that they must, knowing that someone is out there living their lives while they're hurting and someone has information on what's going on. I just do not understand why we do that as a people. Absolutely disgusting. It is disgusting how we treat each other as people. Why? Why did someone at 2 something in the morning decide that this was something that they had to do? It disgusts me. And people, for those of you that have the information pertaining to the double homicide of these two men, it's time for you to come forward. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. You can't keep hiding. The families deserve to know what happened. But I'm going to bring up the video of the suspected vehicle pertaining to the double homicide of these two great men that deserve to be here today. It's, like I said, just disgusting how they were done. But the video is coming up right now, and you guys are able to see it. Let me share real quick. But like I said, for anybody who's watching anything, it's time to say something because it's gross that you have information about something that could solve the homicide of these two men and you're just holding on to it. Like, I understand and everything, help another family heal. Hey guys, I am back. I apologize for the technical issues that we are having right now. I don't know what is going on, but I'm going to bring on one of the loved ones of Madison Carter. She is here on the show. I'm actually going to turn off my camera because, like I said, it's not about me today. It's about their loved ones. Naya, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely. Sorry about all the technical issues, guys. I promise you guys it doesn't happen that often. But Miss Naya, please, 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 as I bring up the surveillance video again, can you just tell us a little bit about Madison and who he was?
Yeah, Madison, he was a dreamer. So I actually met Madison when I was 18 years old. So we had been friends for a long time before we even had our daughter. Um, but always, he was just a dreamer. Like, he had a vision. He told me way back in 2012 that he was going to open a shoe store and he was going to call it Soulmates. And obviously, life took us all different kind of ways. But whenever we reconnected in 2019, um, he was still like working on his store, and I really appreciated that because he said he was gonna do it, and he did it. Um, and he never let it go. Like he always talked about it. Like every day, he wanted to work on his store. Every day, he had something. He's like, we need paint, we need shelves, we need something, but. Um, like he had the vision and he could see it. And it was like sometimes it was hard for the rest of us to see it, but he was so convincing, we just trusted it anyway. And so it sucked that, he was murdered before we got to see it come to fruition because we were all so excited to finally see it. It was so close. But yeah, he was just a dreamer. That was my favorite thing about him. He always had a plan for something that he was gonna do.
Once again, I am so sorry that you guys lost him, and I'm also sorry that you guys lost Dominique too.
Oh yeah.
I it's
He was a good guy too, because Dominique, he was a good friend. Like I said, Madison always had some plan, something he was up to, and Dominique was always right there with him, like every day. It didn't matter. Like, even 2 o'clock in the morning, he was there. So,
so what have you guys done as a family to try to heal from this? I don't want to too much talk about the homicide part because I don't want you to get too emotional. But I want to talk about what have you guys done to help you guys
um,
heal.
um, honestly, for a long time, it felt stagnant. So at first, it seemed like we couldn't do anything because we didn't have answers. Um, And then eventually, it was like you can't live in your sadness forever. You still have to keep going. So
Yeah.
I took myself and my daughter, we went to grief therapy with Calm Waters. Um, and that helped a lot. That was a great community. They're really good people. My daughter actually still goes to Calm Waters. And I know like his family, we do a lot of like vigils and like speaking at events around the city to try to just get someone to say something. Like each year, we'll do like a press conference for the anniversary. Um, and I know like his mom, she has a really hard time, but she speaks at events a lot. I think that helps her feel better. Um, and his dad, he's like started a basketball team of young men to try to help them like stay out of the streets. Um, not that either one of them were in the streets, but he just wants to help lead people the right way so they're not on either side of the gun one day. Um, and I know his sister, like she also has a basketball team. Like everybody, they tried to just keep going, do things in honor of him. We kept soulmates going for a while afterwards, but even that gets hard because It's like you're forcing it. We don't know what he would want, or it's been so long that we're like, I don't know what he would want to do, or but those little things of just doing the things that he enjoyed. Like he was a basketball player, and so just doing those things that kind of make us feel close to him and try to, like I said, just change our community in the best way that we can. That helps us a little bit.
And I'm so glad that you guys are able to honor him in those ways. And I'm also glad that you're getting therapy too. That's so, so important because yeah, whew, grief is a sneaky thing for sure.
And
Um,
yeah, it's so hard. People. That was like the hardest part, and I think we all kind of had to adapt to it. It's like at first everyone's there, and it's we're comforting you, but after a while they start to feel like, okay, it's time to move on. But and for everybody else it does, but that like truly it doesn't ever um end. The grief never stops. So
yeah, I understand it too well. And that's why I'm so grateful that I was able to get you on my show today so we can, talk about it. It's the thing that just really disgusts me about everything is that someone knows something and they're not saying anything. I think you heard me mention that earlier. My daughter was murdered in 2008. So,
I'm so
um,
sorry.
yeah, it's, whew. So I sympathize and empathize with your family deeply. Um, I just, can you just tell the people?
So that is like you said, it's one of the most disgusting parts.
Yeah.
Because it's like we know that somebody knows. We know that there was more than one person in the car. Um, we know that somebody knows that car, you know.
Hmm.
And for us, like and I didn't realize that. I should have. I didn't realize his sister, felt the same way until she actually expressed it. But it's like it's hard when you don't know who did it and who's a friend of that person. For a long time, like I couldn't even go to like the gas station without wondering if that person was also at the gas station, or if
Hmm.
their kids were on a team with my kids, or like, am I seeing this person every day, or like, because we
Yeah.
don't know who it is.
Right.
um but we know that they're not having any consequences. Well, there's no justice. um And so, like, that was the hardest part. Is like they're just walking free, and
Yeah.
every day we have to wonder, like, am I in the same room with this person, or am I
Yeah.
talking to this person right now? Like, are they here? And it was scary because they knew who we were because we're grieving publicly, but
Hmm.
we had no idea who they were. And it was like, every time you meet somebody new, because obviously when stuff like that happens, like Madison was popular. And so I got like a lot of friend requests and stuff like afterwards, or people trying to, you know, push me for information and stuff. But so it was just hard because I'm like, is this person somebody just wants to know how much I know, or is this person genuine? Or, like you
Right.
can't even build relationships because everything feels so scary, and like you just feel so paranoid about everything. Um,
Yes.
it was, and it gets miserable, and that's when I really decided that I needed therapy, is because every day, like I just couldn't trust anybody. Just going to the grocery store, like, it was kind of during COVID, and I was scared to even like get food delivered because I'm like, well, what if the delivery driver? And I know it sounds crazy now, but back
No,
then,
no, no, it doesn't love.
um, everything was so scary. Like it was just like, I don't know, like what if I'm giving this person my address now? Or, like
Yeah.
like you said, just the most disgusting feeling. Like you can't even walk out of your house and feel safe. Or like my daughter, like I can't even take her to the park because what if this person is at the park playing with their kids and then that part crushes you too because they're still playing with their kids, you know? Um, so it was so miserable.
Trust me, Naya. I'm with you 100% when it comes to that. My biggest issue too is I understand people are scared, um, and stuff like that, but I need people to think about it from the perspective of the families, um, and they wouldn't want their loved ones' cases to go cold because someone knew something and didn't say anything. Um,
Yes, definitely. Um, and like his mom, she even offered $10,000 reward. No one came forward. Okay, we save up, save up, save up. $20,000 reward. Still nobody says anything. And there have been people that are like, well, I know, but I can't tell you. Or, oh, well, he's protected because of who his dad was. Like, it's like they know who the killer is, but we can't say because who his dad was. And it's just like, but Madison was also a dad. Like, and we we want to feel protected too. Like, how can you protect the killer and not protect us? Like, we want to feel safe too, and we can't feel safe
right,
as long as we don't know. Um, and it was like you said, it's disgusting. Like, it really hurts to know that people know and they just refuse to say anything.
yeah. I'm gonna speak to the people of Spencer and surrounding areas real quick when I say this. Or if you've since moved out of Spencer and you're listening to this today, um, you guys can be anonymous. You don't have to tell the police your names. I I'm very big on that. Like you can be anonymous. So please don't think you have to be scared when you can literally give information in secret and help both families get justice. I just don't understand why people don't understand the anonymous part. Like I said, I understand people are scared of retaliation and everything else, but we need to think about it from the perspective of the families that are hurting and are left behind and want to know the truth. I don't know if you guys were just listening to what Naya just said about being uncomfortable going to the grocery store, going out because you don't know if the killer is somebody that you are walking past, or if the killer is scanning your groceries or bagging your groceries, or the gas station attendant. I mean, I just don't understand why people don't have like the sympathy and empathy for the families left behind. Like you guys, I mean, please come on. Like I'm trying not to cuss, but I'm mad now. Um, but um,
Yeah, it's like you go through all the emotions. It's like you feel sad and you feel hurt and then you feel angry and then it's just confusion because it's like, why does nobody care? Um, why don't we want to solve these? Why don't we want to stop these? Why do we want our kids? And even the video that you found me from, like a lot of people told me that I was taking advantage of a vulnerable moment of my daughter, but like it's
what?
not about taking advantage, but it is about spreading awareness because it's like this is the reality. This is what we're left with, and if that makes you uncomfortable, good. That's what we want. Like we want you to be uncomfortable. We want you to, say something. Like if you know something, say something. So, um, I get a lot of backlash from like posting, like I said, certain things, but My daughter, she's mature. She's very like emotionally aware, and that helps. But I'll ask her like, "Is it okay if I post this?" And she's like, "Yeah." She wants everybody to know about her dad. She wants the bad guys to have justice, like because there's times where she feels like she can't sleep because she thinks bad guys are coming for her. Um,
Hmm.
and so it's like, because she doesn't understand because we don't know. Like we don't know why it happened. We don't know why you did it. We don't know. Um, they just came in the middle of the night, and all she knows is that like her dad never came home. And so to her, like when I leave her, she's like, "Please come back," and so it's hard. And it's like, like I said, people say like, "Oh, why are you sharing this?" It's like because I need the right person to see it, you know, um, because
Right.
somebody knows something, and hopefully it can hit the right person. Because, like I said, we do know that there was more than one person in the car, and all of those people went home to somebody that night.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and like, it just is what it is. But we just like we want people to know. And even like on the video, someone commented and said like, "Dang, I got to get out the streets because I don't want my kids to be left like this." And so, even if we can only change one person's life, that's a start. Because we don't want the kids to be left like we don't want anybody else's kids to feel the way our kids feel. Um, so like I said, it's hard because you have to constantly wonder like, are you doing the right thing? Or are you, teaching them the right way? But like at the end of the day, I'm gonna always teach my daughter to stand up for what's right and what's justice. And like for her, she wants the person who hurt her dad to, she wants to know who it is. She wants justice for her dad just as bad as we do. So
Yeah.
it's because the kids they are getting older now. They were babies when it happened, but they're not babies anymore, and they're asking us questions that we don't have the answers to. Um, and he has a son who's gonna be 9 this year. He's got Google. He's even like trying to Google what happened to his dad because he thinks that we just won't tell him, but we can't.
Yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot. Um, but you guys have an ally in me. I will do my best to help you guys get the justice you guys deserve and the justice that the Dominique and Madison deserve. Because yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I already said, but I
Uh,
appreciate you. But I am really thankful for you and your platform and what you're doing to help families. I think that's really special, and I do appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah. I do it out of love and frustration of the lack of accountability. Oof, yeah. Don't get me started. But that's another piece I need to speak to too. Um, the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office. We, I know this is gonna make some people feel some kind of way, but I have to go ahead and say it as a Black woman. Please make sure you guys are actually making sure you guys are trying to solve the case, and please don't put this on the shelf because they're two Black men.
Absolutely. Originally, um, Madison had a mugshot. He got picked up for a speeding ticket, and that was the picture that they put on the news when he was killed. And so we actually had to call and like protest basically for them to take that picture down and put up a real picture of him. Um, and they originally called it a victimless crime. And so we also had to fight for them to stop considering it a victimless crime. How can it be victimless when it's two men, six kids total, two mothers, two fathers, three sisters, three brothers? Like, how can it be a victimless crime when so many people are affected?
Did they really have the gall to say that?
Oh
A
yeah.
victimless crime?
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. Mm. Wait, you guys are gonna have to police departments everywhere. You guys are gonna have to stop that. Okay. Um, I don't I would never understand the racism in the justice system. Last time I checked, we all bleed, pee, poop, and eat and breathe. So justice should be equal across the board. I'm so disgusted when they put certain labels like, but guys, we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the surveillance footage from that night. It's only about 22 seconds long, but um, this is courtesy of K4. Like I said, the video is not that long, so that was the vehicle that they suspect did the shooting of Dominique and Madison. So, whew. Naya, is there anything else you want the public to know about either men?
Um,
So
like I
people can
said,
have a
just
sense
that
of humanity.
for anybody, like seeing this, if you know anything or if you can help us in any way, because part of the problem with the car is that the police are not able. They say they're not able to identify what kind of car it is exactly. So just if anyone can help to like pin that down to like a possible make and model or just anything. Like you said, if you know something, please say something. Or just if anybody could help us to figure out the make and model of the car. I'm not good with that, but I know that there are people who are. Um, please, please say something.
Guys, please, 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 please. This is a loved one of Madison Carter, and she was also good friends with Dominique Knight, too. That is on May 21st, 2020, at approximately 2:15 a.m. in Spencer, Oklahoma, on Justin Place. These two fathers were shot and killed. Madison was shot in the vehicle, and Dominique ran before he was ultimately gunned down. If you guys know something, please contact the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office at the phone number below. It's time to come forward. It's time to get justice for these two men. 6 years has been 6 years too long. Please, please, please remember to be human first. We have to think about that because for some reason we are so desensitized and so dehumanized. Put yourself in the shoes of the families. It's time to get these killers off the street. So please, 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 if you guys are touched by this, please contact the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office today. Ms. Naya, thank you again for coming on the show. Sending you lots of love and healing, and I will text you here shortly. I appreciate you being on here today to speak. Guys, as you guys know, we are Morning Mimosas, where we empower the Black and minority communities through wellness, justice, and wisdom. You guys stay safe, and also please remember to put human back in humanity. You guys have a good day.